think FC3 has been a complete failure for the city of Palm Coast.
Palm Coast City Council debated whether to extend its contract with the Flagler County Cultural Council, known as FC3, during last night's meeting. FC3 serves as the county's arts council, overseeing Palm Coast cultural arts grants, reviewing applications, and making funding recommendations. Palm Coast Mayor Mike Norris made it clear he does not support renewing the agreement.
I have never seen hyperpartisanship and pettiness on a nonpartisan organization that can't follow simple Robert's rules. And I will not support renewing this contract at all.
Vice Mayor Teresa Pontieri, however, said she sees improvements.
I know that this was the first year that FC3 managed these grants. I think it's safe to say we had a few hiccups, but I also understand that FC3 has made some stark effort to improve the process, improve the program.
The council is set to vote on September 16th. If approved, FC3 would continue managing the city's cultural arts grants for another year. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, September 10th. In other news, Bunnell commissioners have approved the reserve at Hall Creek development in a 3-2 vote. The project allows for up to 6,100 homes and more than 1.4 million square feet of commercial and industrial space on 2,700 acres near Daytona North between State Road 100 and State Road 11. The development, which will be built in 4 phases, now heads to the state for review. If built to capacity, it could add nearly 14,400 residents to Bunnell, which currently has just over 4,000 people. Meanwhile, Flagler County officials say the Florida Department of Transportation has completed the north wall of its buried seawall project along State Road A1A, stretching from High Bridge Road in Volusia County to South Central Avenue in Flagler Beach. Landscaping is nearly finished, with final dune work to resume after sea turtle nesting ends. Construction on the south wall in Volusia County is still underway. The seawall is designed to provide long-term protection for A1A. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311.
When you go to vote in the primary, y'all need to remember that you have to either be registered Republican or Democrat if you want to vote for those candidates.
Flagler County Supervisor of Elections Katie Lenhart reminds voters that Florida is a closed primary state.
Maybe you're new here from an open primary state, or you're new to voting. Lenhart wants you to know Florida is a closed primary state. Plan accordingly. She spoke to David Ayers during Free for All Friday here on WNZF.
I want someone to show up on Election Day or during early voting in the primary next year and say, oh my God, I did not know that this was a closed primary state, because that does happen. And it's really unfortunate because they were really looking forward to voting a certain way and getting the ballot that they expected. And it doesn't happen if you're not registered with the parties.
Here in the Sunshine State, you can only vote in a party's primary if you're registered with that party.
A lot of the candidates on the ballot will be partisan offices. So if you want to vote, let's say county commission, for example, that's a partisan office.
However, if you registered no party affiliation, you can vote in non-partisan primary elections. School board, for example. Lenhart is getting ready to prepare the ballot for March elections.
In Beverly Beach, we have 2 town commissioners. City of Bunnell, they're going to have 2 city commissioners up for election. City of Flagler Beach will have 2 city commissioners up.
The cutoff to register to vote in the municipal elections March 3rd is February 2nd. You have until July 20th to register to vote in August's primary election. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Liz Ryan.
Over the weekend, deputies handled 563 calls for service, conducted 106 traffic stops, and made 12 arrests.
Sheriff Rick Staley breaking down the weekend's crime numbers. He spotlights some of the key arrests.
The dumb criminal of the weekend was a Daytona Beach woman who decided to go to Walgreens and try to steal cosmetics by taking them out of the box and putting them down her pants right in front of a deputy sheriff. She found out she came to the wrong county, and she went to the Green Roof Inn. The other 2 dumb criminals of the weekend was a Jacksonville woman and a Hollywood man who were found driving a stolen car in Flagler County. They made the big mistake of coming to Flagler County driving a stolen car, and now they found out that they went to the Green Roof Inn wearing new jewelry. Relatively quiet weekend, but our deputies still handled plenty of calls, keeping our community safe.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.